Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make character selection. Some of the things I have here are just already prepared, so we have the pause menu and we have the metahumans. Feel free to make your own metahumans. I'm just using 3 default ones. And I'm going to have it so that character selection is going to be on different pages, because this is for like if you have a bunch of different characters. If you really only had 3 characters, you probably could just fit them all into the same one UI. Let's create a game instance. So we right click and select blueprint class. We're then going to search for game instance. We're going to select this one right here, game instance. And we're going to rename this to my game instance. I don't know if this is because like you can do other things in this, so we're keeping it vague for that reason, or if it's something that will only ever be used for character selection. I don't know. I saw it in a tutorial, and in the tutorial they just had it as my game instance, so I'm going to assume it's because you can do other things in this, but for the purposes of this video we're just doing character selection in the game instance. And now we're going to go to edit, project settings. This is my second attempt, so it might already say my game instance. I don't know. We'll search for game instance. Okay, it says none. We want it to be my game instance. Now, in the metahumans folder, this could, again, just be preference. You can store stuff or rename stuff however you like. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it character select. And we're going to make widget blueprints here. So under user interface, we're going to go to widget blueprint. We're going to select user widget, and we're going to have select Cooper. Now, I wonder, can I just copy and paste? I can. Okay, yeah. So we're just going to copy and paste it, select Max, and select Miles. And this will just be for all your characters. I also do want to mention, if we go to my metahumans and I click on Cooper, for example, I have them named as player and then their name. That's just a personal preference. Now, I want to make it so that when we're in the pause menu and we select character select, we start on Cooper. I'm just doing this alphabetically. So if I go to my pause menu, and I go to the graph, we have character select, select class. I want that to be select Cooper. And I'm going to refresh the node and compile. I would make like an asset folder in here, but it's really not necessary because I'm only going to add 3 things. So what I did was into metahumans, I took screenshot of the metahumans, I brought them over into paint.net, removed the background, and replaced it. So I have images of the characters. You're going to want that. You're going to want to have images. The only thing that is worth noting is in paint.net, which is completely free, to have the canvas size to 800 by 800. You can even see on here dimensions 800 by 800. Because we just want a large square image. Let's go to select Cooper. We're going to want a canvas panel. So we drag that, and we're also going to want text. Add it to the canvas panel, and the text is going to be Cooper. And the text is going to be about here, and I'm going to make the size 70. Sure. I don't know if increasing this and like adjusting this, if it's important or not. I feel like it might be. So I have that roughly centered. Let's anchor that there. Now, if I'm here, I can just adjust the position of X until this dot here is aligned with that line. So I want to make that more negative. I'm going to Try negative 145. Nope. Negative 150. Nope. Negative 155. Almost. Negative 157. That looks in line. Yeah. Okay, now I want to drag this anchor point and just bring it right there so that it's perfectly centered. Now we want a button. And we're going to drag this down. And this button, I want the size of it to be 800 by 800. I'm going to drag it to about here. I'm going to drag, well, I'm not going to drag the anchor point. I'm going to center the anchor point. Okay, I don't like that this is Cooper. I'm going to rename this to Image Cooper. I'm going to do the same thing for the other two images. Because if it's just Cooper, it's probably going to pull up a bunch of metahuman assets. Right here where it's image, I'm going to search image and select Cooper. There we go. Now, I'm going to rename this button to simply select Cooper. And it's a little bit gray. It's because of this tint. We're going to make that white so that there basically is no tint. And the same thing's going to happen if we hover over it. So I'm going to just set it to white. And the same thing will happen if it's pressed. We're just going to set that to white as well. Now we're going to add another button. And I'm going to make this 100, I think, by 300. That's about right. And set it there, drag the anchor point with it. Now I'm going to copy this button. Well, no, I'm going to just adjust properties of it first. So I'm going to rename this to Character Cooper Left. Text to this, we're going to switch text. And we're just going to drag it right onto the button. And then it creates a nice hierarchy. And I'm going to rename this to just that. And I'm going to set the text to the same thing. But I'm also going to change the size to 70. Now, if I select this, it's going to do the same thing with tint again. So I'm going to just double select this, Control C, and then for hovered, we're going to paste that in there. And for pressed, I'm going to paste that in there. So it doesn't do anything when you hover over it, like, it just looks like this at all times. And we are going to copy this. Can I not duplicate it? I guess not. And there's a way to duplicate it. Okay. And we're gonna drag this. I want this to be in line with it. What is the Y value? Okay, I'm gonna copy the Y value from this one and paste it to there. Now it has the same Y value. It should have a different next. Okay, negative 160 is where I'm gonna leave that at. And then I want to change the text on this to be that, and I'm going to rename this button to Character Cooper Right. So there we go. If I leave this be, it's transparent, so we're just going to see the background of the game, and we don't want to see that. So I'm going to search for an image. I'm going to drag it to the canvas panel. I'm going to set color to be solid black. And I'm going to increase the size of this. So zoom in and make sure that's perfectly aligned. And the same thing at the top just to make sure. Okay, yep, that's fine. And I'm going to change the Z order. This will just position it differently. and I'll just give it -1. So now it's behind that. I'll just rename this to black background. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other two UIs. We want them to look similar. So I'm going to open up select DAX. I'm going to hit paste, and I'm just going to rename everything. It is important to rename all this stuff too, because we're going to have references to this in the code. Select DAX, character, DAX left, character, DAX right. Now I'm going to just do the same thing one more time for Miles. That would be me double-clicking the image. For Miles. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to take a break from the UI, and we're going to go over to that game instance, because I want to call on something in the UI that doesn't exist yet. So we're going to work on the game instance. So I'm going to make a comment. You don't have to do this, but I prefer to do it because we're going to have a lot of stuff. And the comment is just going to say spawn Cooper. I'm going to set the font size to 50, and I'm going to set the color to red. And I'm going to drag this out so that it just looks nicer. Okay. Now we're going to create a custom event, and we're going to call it spawn Cooper. Now we are going to get a get all actors of class node. And for the class, we are going to select player start. From out actors, we're going to just search get, hit enter. This is what we wanted. And from here, we're going to search for get actor transform. And going back to this node, we are going to grab a spawn actor node. Spawn actor from class is specifically what we want. We want to connect the return value here to spawn transform. And the class is going to be player, in this instance, Cooper. The problem is, if we just leave it at this, it's not going to know to get rid of the player we had before this. So if I'm playing as Dax and I switch my character, this alone isn't going to know, oh yeah, you're getting rid of the Dax character. We need to add code for that too. So that's what we're going to do from here. We're going to search for destroy actor. And from here, we want the target to be get player character. This will get a little bit complicated, so we want to unpossess. We need to uncheck this box to actually be able to search for it. We're going to set the target to get player controller, and this node is going to go to a lot of stuff. So from the unpossessed node, we're going to go to possess, and we're going to connect the get player controller node to, we're going to connect get player controller to the target, but we're going to take the return value from our spawn actor node, and we're going to set it to in pawn. And I'm just going to double click here and then drag this to here. That way that's a little bit more noticeable. I'll kind of move this around. That way it's a little bit more clear. And then from possess node, we want set input mode game only, and take the return value from get player controller, set it to player controller, and then from here, set go mouse cursor. And we're going to leave this unchecked. And we're going to again take the return value from here and drag it to there. This is all the code we're going to need for spawning in a character. I'll just center this a little bit more. And now I'm just going to copy and paste the same thing. So I pasted spawn Cooper twice. We're going to change this to say Dax. We're going to change this custom event to be spawn Dax. And we're going to change player Cooper to player Dax. You just do this for all the different characters you have. That to be Miles. We're going to change this to spawn Miles, player Miles. Now we're going to hit compile and save. We're going to go back to the UI here and go to graph. Because I don't care about, I'm just going to delete these. So from here, we're going to add an on-clicked for Cooper left, Cooper right, and select Cooper. I'm just going to do this one time, and then I'm going to also just copy and paste this over. But I'm going to run to the same thing, so I'm actually just going to, for all of these, make the on-clicked thing, because I'm going to have to do that regardless. Okay, there we go. So if we go back to our Cooper node, I want to add a comment, font size 50, red, and the comment is going to be character for left. I'm going to make an arrow, and I'm going to make it Miles. And I'm going to drag this out that we can clearly see it. Yeah. So Cooper's the start. If we press the left arrow, it takes us to Miles. For Miles left, it'll be Dax. If we're going to the right, it'll be Cooper to Dax, Dax to Miles, Miles to Cooper. Just making a full loop. So from on-click Cooper left, we're just going to get removed from parent. Then we're going to create widget. And then from the class, I'm going to select Dax. And then I'm going to drag from here, from the return value, and then I'm just going to search add to viewport. Yeah, I want to move this over, though. It's a little too much. Wait, no. Why do I have Dax? I'm going to the left. I want Miles. Yes, so we want that to be Miles. This one is Dax. This is what I was thinking of. So, character right is Dax. And I can copy these nodes, and we can just use these. But we want to change this one. This one's going to be Dax. Okay, now the select node is a little bit more complicated. And it's going to be where we, like I mentioned earlier, use our game instance. So I select all of this, and then I type select Cooper. Okay. And I'm going to drag this to here. I think I'm going to move this here. It's going to have a lot to it. So from this, we're going to get a cast to my game instance. The object is get game instance. From this, we're going to get spawn Cooper. And then we're just going to get remove from parent. This isn't like a whole lot going on, but it was more than the other things. No, that's definitely not right. Oh, that was remove parent, not remove from parent. Remove from parent. Okay. So that's everything. Now I'm going to just... Can I just... Nope. Okay. Hold shift. Get this. I hope I'm right in placing this here. No. That's fine. Well, kinda. We're going to connect these nodes. And then we're just gonna rename everything. We did the work once, we don't need to do it again. So we're on Dax. So character Dax left is gonna go to Cooper. And this, I'm just going to select and select Cooper. We're on Dax, we go right, we're going to Miles. So Dax, right, Miles. And select Miles. There we go. Okay. And then select Dax. And we need to get rid of this and change this to spawn Dax. And then connect this. Okay, now we go over to Miles and we do the same thing. Miles left will go to Dax. This almost gets easier with more characters because it forces you to think about them differently. You're not seeing the same names as much. If we're going to the right, it'll be Miles to Cooper. Select Miles. Come on, there we go. Okay. And delete that node again and make it a spawn Miles. We connect this here and we compile on all of our UIs, and now we can test this out. I did set the default character to be Dax, so first I'll spawn in as Dax. And I go to character select. Oh, that is something I did not mean to do. Okay, so we're going to fix that real quickly. Oh, it's because hovered doesn't have the image. Oh, let's add the image. Hovered. And it's going to be the same thing on all the others as well. So this is just a personal preference. So you don't have to have this. If you want to be a color when you hover over something, you can do that. I prefer this to just be exactly the same. So I'm just going to fix this on all three real quickly. Okay, that worked. So we do pause, character select. I double clicked, that was not it messing up. It is going through the order correctly. And yeah, we're done. Clicked a lot there. Okay. Yeah, this is our character selection. It works perfectly fine. So hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.